What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Litecoin today, LTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. All right, it is the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Here we are at about $87. 5 hours, 46 minutes left in this day here. On a downtrend a little bit here, but really we're just in the same areas that we've been at for so long, man. Just consolidating in this range. I hope it's obvious and very clear that we are still in an accumulation phase here, right? Higher lows, higher highs, that whole shebang. When we do break out, it is going to be stupendous. No, the time frame has not been what I assumed it would be. We have not broken out. We're seeing these prices in the time frame that we were assuming that it would be, but it's still going to happen. It's still going to happen. It's on the way. It's any day now, any week now. I don't know when. You know, nobody knows exactly when something's going to happen, but if I had to guess, I don't know why this thing is it's like it'll stay there and then it'll move down. If I had to guess, I would think it's sometime in August, probably the end of August at this point in time, whenever Bitcoin tops off as well. That's my assumption. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But what we do know is that whenever you break out of this range here, whenever you see prices above about 135, we're going to see some explosive behavior in the price action, absolutely explosive. And we should be moving up to prices that are right around our all-time highs, okay? Right around that $400 zone, something like that. Nothing less, man. I mean, maybe if it's anything less, what, like, okay, 300, maybe 300 to 400, something in that range. It is a big range, but I would think that we go all the way up to like 400, 420, something like that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if LTC hit 420 on the dot and stopped there. Looking at the weekly RSI, you know, overall, it is bullish. Overall, we are trending higher, overall, right? We are bouncing off the 40 here, which is nice to see. It'd be nice if we could close this week to the green side, and I think we might. We have a chance of doing that. Weekly MACD is forming higher lows as well, also very bullish overall. Neutral, but bullish, right? Just kind of as this range is here, neutral but bullish. Stochastics are pointed to the upside. We're expected to go, I mean, typically with the stochastics, you go oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought. A little bit of dancing here. You don't really dance too much in the middle. Most of the time you just go up to the overbought zone. So I would expect that we do continue moving over the weeks to come to the upside, yeah. Once we get overbought here with the RSI, we should see some explosive behavior, something that takes us, again, up to our all-time high areas. If not there, then maybe even higher. And inevitably, I think that we will see Litecoin continue to grow, right? The last time I talked about Litecoin or LTC, maybe the last time that I made a dedicated video, I don't know, because I've talked about it in the Grayscale Trust, so this might not be the first time you guys have heard it, but I believe that the cycle will continue. I believe that this cycle is going to extend into 2026, which is good, because if it ends in October, our multi-$1,000 price target might not be something that's as feasible as it would be if we ended sometime in like Q2 of 2026, which is kind of what I'm leaning toward right now. Bitcoin making a move down, maybe, just maybe a little bit here. Hold on, let me see. Let me look at something real quick. Yeah, we're good. We are all gravy, baby. All right, cool. BTC USD. No, we don't want BTC. We want LTC. Looking at this on a short-term time frame, going to the 1 hour. 1 hour. Let's see here. If we're looking at this from a low to a high on the RSI, come on now, come on, there we go. Low to a, come on, man. There we go. Low to high right there. Golden ratio bounce. 0.5 resistance. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we came back down. Maybe we find support in the golden ratio. Maybe we find support at 786, 886, somewhere in there. But we'll probably, after about $85 to $86, we're at $86.9 now, so it's really not that far away. Or at the very lowest, $83.50 in that range. We will find support. We will continue to move up higher. That will be our higher low. And yeah, things are going to be very, very bullish very, very soon. 1 hour MACD, bullish divergence. 1 hour stochastics, bullish divergence. 1 hour RSI, looks like it wants to go a little bit lower. So you probably continue to build the bullish divergence on all of these indicators. And maybe you even go a little bit lower in the RSI, and then you have one last move down. That takes you down again. We could go down to like 83.5, and we're fine even if we do that. So bullish divergence, we're waiting for that to happen. I'm thinking you'll have a rather bearish weekend potentially, or a neutral weekend as it should be. And then next week should be the time that we're moving up and seeing some glorious upside. 4 hour time frame here. The MACD, the MACD looks decent. Just like fresh cross down, though, means that you probably go a little bit lower, but it does look decent overall. So again, agreeing with the idea that we probably don't go down too much. 4 hour RSI, getting overbought, not hitting the oversold zone. Stochastic's getting overbought. Not, it's volatile. Of course it is, but I would think we go lower. Yes, stochastics agree, MACD agrees, and the RSI, it's not that it agrees that we go lower. I mean, we could find support here, but it's more that we could go lower, and it doesn't matter. It's not going to look bearish. So overall, I think we're in a very bullish posturing with all these indicators. Just they all suggest that we could go a little bit lower, and that's fine. Whenever it comes to going higher, I think a very key level to look for is this kind of central point here, right there at about $107. When we get above $107, I think this thing's going to begin to cut loose. We should start seeing prices that are reaching for multiple hundreds of dollars in valuation and higher than that. Inevitably, by the end of this cycle, I would expect that we see new all-time highs. Okay, I mean, by the end of August, I think that we'll see. Well, maybe not new all-time highs, but we'll get. We could by the end of August. It depends. I don't know, man. All it takes is one country announcing that they're putting Litecoin in their strategic reserve, and then bam, you're through the roof, man. It puts attention on it in a way that it hadn't had in a long time, and validation as well, which is probably where the attention comes from. But from a high to a low, the expectation still by the end of the cycle is something between about $2,100 to $6,200. Could we go all the way up to $13,000? Maybe, but that depends, right? That depends on the narrative. If we can build a case for LTC to, I shouldn't say if we can build, if there's a case being built for LTC to be included in multiple strategic crypto reserves from various nations and even like large corporations, then yeah, it's very possible that we could see this. But at this moment in time, I think 2,000 at a minimum, 6,300 at a maximum. Anything and everything in between is fair game. Here we are at $86.80 right now. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And again, LTC is not forgotten. I mean, maybe it's forgotten, but it's not forsaken, I should say, because clearly you're in an accumulative pattern inside of a much okay, that was a horrible trend line, inside of a much larger ascending triangle pattern, right? You're in a very bullish phase. When this breaks, I expect nothing less than a miraculous breakout to take place. We just have to be patient. Patience is key. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.